Hello, and welcome back to part 5 of West Goldfield in City Skylines II. Now last time, we made lots of progress as far as getting more people into the city. Just getting a lot of housing down, especially our high-density homes. Now, last time, we hit a wall as far as how much space we had. Because the only space I really have left is for a few more high density buildings here and a couple of shops here and there. And speaking of the shops, we do have some good demand for shops right now. So I am just going to zone that in, just allow more shops to be built. Because, like I've said before, stores are one of the highest taxpayers in the game, and additionally, it is in a decently central area, so just gonna keep on trying to build shops whenever we can. And right now, I'm seeing demand for industrial, but I just have nowhere to build it. Because there's a huge hill here that maybe I could build a store, that's not, or not a store, but a factory like that there, and maybe one here. I guess maybe one here, but that's pretty much about that. Well, maybe I get rid of the not being able to build here, and I can actually just use a path here and here to allow me to build a few buildings here. So that is some industrial demand fixed. I can actually fit a few buildings here. So again, we'll just build a few. Or one factory here. No, maybe I can slip another one right there. And nothing can go there. I can actually build a factory here also. I mean, that's pretty much it, I guess. So now I think we've reached the point where we are just going to take out another loan and try to develop over here. So I just want to check the price of how much the land tiles would cost, because I definitely want to put farming here and then maybe develop actually on these ones. So that's going to be 300,000. And the upkeep for that is about $120,000 a month, which I think I could actually afford that. Let me just double check the price. I do not know how I forgot, but I did. So yeah, 300,000. I think we can manage that to take out an extra 300,000. Or, well, we'll meet it in the middle. We'll go with 250. And then I believe we should have room in the budget for $120,000 of upkeep. And we can just buy the tiles along here. And that should be... Wait, which ones did I want to buy? Probably... I need a road connection too, so I need that one. But I'd probably want to take it from here. It's... yeah, that... well, then the rails, and then I want that one. So we'll buy those tiles there. Yeah, I actually think I will change this road to be a highway. Which now I also have to move this again to over here. And well, that's a pretty cool visual glitch. And then go this right here. What is going on here? You're on a road, man. Oh no, it's not. Okay. And then we can just go. What is going on here? Why is this broken? I guess we'll just get rid of it and place it again. But now we do not have money. So we need to take out a little more money. And we can just build another small transformer. And we also have to place some streetlights here so they can have power, and also water and sewage is not going over here, so we have to place that. That should be good. Now we'll just take this road over this way, and yeah, I'll just start building the road and we'll see how it turns out. Now we've got the road built, and the first thing that I want to do is just remember that we have some farmland available. So I think that we are going to take out another small loan just to be able to buy this tile, which then is going to allow us to have a lot of agriculture going on. So right here, just also fit the theme as long as also just to fit our budget. Dirt roads are really cheap, and I think it makes tons of sense to have them on an area like this where we are farming. We'll just put it across the train tracks too, because we are going to have to build a few farms over there also. Right here you can see that there is just a huge amount of like fertile land for farming. Just gonna send the roads down like this. And also, I do just like having farms along highways. I think it's really cool. Just to provide, like, sight, I guess. So now I think we're at the point in the series where we're actually, like, doing cool things, where we're developing, like, and kind of just doing a little more detailing than just the, okay, we need to place houses, okay, we need to place offices. And I'm just gonna put in these farms, and then we'll go from there. Now we've got some farmland built now, and I think that it would be okay to also build some chicken, or not chicken farms, what am I talking about? I believe it's livestock farming, which will allow us to just have more diversity and a larger buffer zone, like I said before, where we're going to build a little industry over here, and I just want to keep a little bit of distance between the pollution and the people. Now there we go. We have a lot of farming, which is actually a very good thing. And again, it's a buffer zone too. Now another thing I'm noticing over here is death care is becoming an issue, and so is healthcare. Now I'm noticing that the only hearse being used is all the way over here for some reason. And there actually, I guess, hasn't been a hearse sent over here for... That kind of makes me think it's a game glitch, more than an actual issue with the healthcare. But what is definitely issue is the healthcare. So to fix that, I think that it only makes sense to build a small medical clinic. And I think we can just place it down. I want it to be a little more, like, central, maybe. So I think maybe we could uh, put it where it will be central eventually. So I guess right here should work. And it has more ambulances and a higher patient capacity, with the ability to get more ambulances in the future. Now, I am seeing office demand grow again, so we are just going to build more offices. So I just unlocked the signature build. I unlocked two signature buildings, actually. Principalist, which is an office, and earlier I unlocked the Dairy House, which is a factory that gives boosts to industry, but also it will create, I believe it's called food products, the game calls it, or labels it. And also right here, I just want to fix this road, just so that it's not, only gonna allow certain turns and all of that, which this should also give us space to build our signature building, which I think we can just place right here. Now, I think that looks good. I'm not sure I love the color of the red, but maybe we'll fix that up some other time. Now again, office demand is still on the rise, so we'll just build more office buildings. Now I did zone in a few extra areas for the future, and I think that this should be sufficient for now, while we look towards developing the infrastructure for our city over here. Now, I think the question becomes, for the intersection that we're going to build here, is do we want to make it future-proofed so that we have another road going this way? Or do we want to make it so there's another T intersection, or a four-way intersection, because we want another road here? We'll have to figure that out. But one that goes this way and then kind of this way. And then there's a few more small intersections, but again, we'll just have to figure it out with time. But for now, I think a smaller trumpet highway intersection would be the best option. So I am just going to start building that now. So that right there is the intersection complete, and I did struggle a little bit just because of this road and being at an angle and all of that. And also just kind of being a little tight with the, not the zoning, the, no, not zoning tiles, what's it called? The map tiles, yes, the map tiles were very tight right there. So I was struggling a little bit to fit a highway in. Now, I don't know if I really should have built it to that much capacity, but I'm sure it's fine. Because I think that what I'll do is I'll actually take the main highway and bring it along this way, and then wind it back this way to the main highway and put an intersection here. But I think this road will be more used as in, like, traveling inside the city road. But for now, I think that I'll just take the highway and use the curve tool and the 2 lanes tool and just kind of curve it that way to be used later as the main highway. Now, the reason that I'm leaving so much space between the highways is because sometimes what I like to do is take windmills and actually just place them between and then connect it up, and it's a ton of power, and there's already noise and a little bit of air pollution by the highways, so it doesn't actually really matter that they make noise. Also, I usually leave space between the highways, so that's not an issue anyways. And I do just want to make this small change, just because it's a little awkward that it goes from being 2 lanes to 4 lanes suddenly. We'll just make it go 2 to 3 to 4. Now, this is a pretty big intersection, and instead of doing one of these intersections, which technically has better traffic flow because it's less sharp turns, I did just go with a trumpet intersection. So, right here, I think that what we'll do is take this road and have it be like the sort of collector road for traffic coming from the main highway. What that will do is kind of keep traffic flowing nicely, ideally, and end up going into larger roads. Now, I'm hoping that we do have like a good mix of like medium density and high density over here, because it's on the water, which I believe now we can actually check land value. And we can see that automatically just land near the water is so much higher of value. Especially here, that's high land value too. So for now though, we'll just take another small highway, put it to 10 meters, and come off of the main highway at a steady slope with a straight line and bring it across here. Now, I'm not sure if I want to do a full-on trumpet intersection again, or if I would like to just do a normal intersection you would see. But I think I'm going to go with the trumpet intersection, just because it's going to keep traffic flowing better, and I think that there's going to be a large amount of traffic in here. Alright, there, we finished the other intersection that will lead into this road in the future, and already does from here. Now what I want to do is take a larger road, preferably like a 6-lane road with a median, and bring it down the middle. Actually, I think a 4-lane road should suffice, especially because there are going to be multiple entrances to this road. We'll put it like this, and we'll just bring it down the middle. Now, I did notice that it did not go to a zoning tile length, which is a bit of a problem, and it keeps doing it, but it'll be fine. Now, I think that I should bring the road this way, and then another one that forks that way, I think, and we'll do it with two-lane roads, and we can just do it something like this, and then eventually I'll have one that goes like this, And we'll have... actually, I don't know if we can do that. I think that we can bring this road closer over this way. Then closer over here, we'll do the forking of the road. And we'll do it something like that. And then we will change the road to be a single lane road there. And this should give a good mix of traffic flow and having a large amount of roads. From here, what I would like to do is take a small road and just run it along the coast, and we'll put a few medium density homes on it. Now, I do want to keep in mind that there is a highway right there, that we do not want to build like too close to it. Now we'll keep the road just kind of going tight along the coast. That's the roads all connected up, and we can already see that we have some amount of traffic going into the city using these roads, which is going to be very good. And I just realized something. We're starting to have a garbage issue, and we can see that the processing capacity, I don't think, is quite enough anymore. So as far as options for garbage, we only have the landfill until we build like incineration plants or recycling centers. Now, just because the city is very large and like flat, not super built up, and there's just a lot of area for the city, I think that we could look into, for when we do build another garbage system, to get an incineration plant. But we're not going to do that yet. In fact, I think that what we'll do for now is just give it a little bit of space to use as a landfill, because I really do not have the budget now, especially with how many loans we have taken out. Now, it was definitely well worth it to take out the loans, but now we just have to be careful where we spend our money. Now, we can see that there are still enough vehicles, and even if there weren't, we can just get more. Now, this might be something we invest in, the hazardous waste collection plant, just because it will allow for faster, or not faster necessarily, but more garbage capacity. So yes, that should help us be good for a while, as far as garbage goes. And now we can turn to actually developing the city more. Now, there is still a huge traffic issue, which is why I think that this road is going to be very, very helpful. Now, like I said, I do want to build some medium density homes along the water, so we'll just start with doing that now. Now, apparently, all demand for medium density has just suddenly gone away, but it's okay, because it'll come back eventually, and there will be plenty of space for medium density homes to be built. Now, as we can see, we just got that demand, and we also unlocked another signature build. Now, I am aware I said that I wanted to build factories along here, but I think we'll actually build factories over here instead, so that we can take advantage of the bigger highway, and it's still in the same general area, and we'll keep a buffer zone. Now, in summary, we've done a lot, but mainly just building highways and developing our agriculture. Now, it doesn't seem like a lot that we've done, and it seems like, well, we've just taken out more loans and we're making less money monthly. But that's going to be all for this video, and I really appreciate you watching.